so many people just go, I'll never forgive my whoever, my ex-husband, my mother, my father, Uncle Ernie, whatever, for X. And then the pain increases and it gets worse. And I've known people like that. Actually, be quite honest with you, I had a family member when I started when I was new in healing work. People started hearing about me, and I went up to my sister's. My sister married into this family, and up in Washington, and I went up there, and I heard that her sister-in-law was had some kind of mysterious thing, sickness or some kind of condition, and she didn't know what it was. And I was doing a lot of physical healing at the time with people. And I know one thing that I do know is that illness in the body is linked to an emotional condition. I'm going to repeat that. Illness in the body, whatever it is linked to an emotional condition. And that's the awareness. So when I've worked with people with cancer, I'm not a doctor and I don't claim to be one, but I ask the questions that the doctors don't ask, which is what's the emotional upset that you're experiencing? And they know right away. Every single one I've worked with over seven cancer patients successfully, I might add. They're all living and alive, and no recurrence. Very proud of that. And when I talk about that, they never have to go, let me think about it. I go, who are you mad at? Or what emotional upset you got? Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. And here we go for a story that lasts about half an hour. So this is the important part. I talk to you about the duality all the time, physical, non-physical, right? Makes perfect sense, right? Physical, non-physical. Everything's a duality, up, down, good, bad, male, female, light, dark. It's all a duality. And if you have one thing going on, there's a connection of polarity with the other thing. So if there's a physical cause, if there's a physical result, it's caused by a non-physical cause. Think about that for a second. And that's why I can help people who have struck out with the last 10 people they went to, because I'm looking for the energetic cause. Key bits of information. If you're dealing with a being that's 95% non-physical and only 5% physical, and they can't find the answers, then where are they not looking? In the 95%. So somebody comes and one gal, she's usually on the call here, when she told me that she was diagnosed with 4-stage breast cancer and that they wanted to do a radical mastectomy, Tuesday. I said, well, maybe you might want to get a second opinion on that, rather than rush into that. And then we started working together, and we worked together 6 months, and 6 months later, she's cancer free. So anyway, back to the story about my sister's relative. So I go up there. Was I up there? I was up there to visit, and my sister was telling everybody about my healing skills. And she said, oh, could you go see my sister-in-law? I said, sure. And went over to her house, and she said, you got a condition? She goes, yeah, I got this condition, man. I don't, the doctors don't know what it is. It's a big mystery. It's some kind of weird ass disease. I don't know what we're gonna, it's a big mystery. So I said, okay. And I knew it, I've heard this a million times before. If it's a big mystery, then it's energetic. At least the emotions. So we start to talking, and pretty soon, her mother comes up, and I said, she said, "Oh, my mother." I go, "What about her?" I go, "Oh, what she's done to me, it's unforgivable." I go, "She seems like such a nice lady." Yeah, well, she's a. I said, "Mark, do you have resentment against her?" She goes, "I hate her. I hate my mother." I said, "Wow." I said, that kind of energy, that kind of thing shuts down your healing process. Do you hate your mother enough that you won't forgive her even if it takes you down? She says, I don't care what. I'm never going to forgive my mother for what she did to me. I said, even if it costs you my health. She goes, I don't think it's going to cost my health, but I'm not going to forgive my mother. I said, okay. I said, that's the key to it.
Yeah, and
So
that she still has she's gonna have a cord connection to her until
it,
she frees that resentment. Because I had the same exact experience with my mom, where I had like when I joined the inner circle, I had a lot of resentment towards my mother.
turn your camera on so we can see you.
Yeah, I can't be on my camera right now, but yeah, I dealt with the same thing, so I completely I overcame it largely thanks to this work. So
And that's good that you overcame it because she didn't. And she just got worse and worse and worse. And I mean, she started really like she went to 300 pounds. She's bedridden. I mean, it's just like year by year by year by year by year. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, it's so simple. It's so simple. But that the low vibration energy depletes your immune system. You want to hold on to resentment, anger, it depletes your immune system, and she was willing to die and not forgive her mother. What I didn't have the chance to explain to her that I'm explaining to you guys is that it's not a matter of forgiving them for what they did to you, that it was right, or that you're letting them off the hook, or that you're letting go of responsibility. It's that you're making a decision. I'm no longer going to be affected by you. I'm no longer going to be a transmitter for your pain or a vehicle for your pain. That's what it really means. And that's the power of the work, which I couldn't explain it to her because she didn't want to have a conversation about it anymore. So she just passed away 2 years ago at 60, 61. Passed away. Yeah, years before her time. So that's the awakening of it of this. If you decide to be bitter, you know, all of the negativity she got from her mother, she embraced it, kept it, and let it destroy her. Whereas the other people I work with, they see it, they release it, and they send only high vibration energy to that person who hurt them, so that now you're in a high vibration energy field. And now, whatever they do, whatever they decide to do, there's only high vibration energy. I tried to help my mother when I started learning healing uh, healing stuff, and I made a little progress healing my mother of her pain and her sorrow and her resentments and stuff. But then she shut it down. So the low vibration energy said, "Hey, wait a minute. If you get healed, you're not going to be the center of attention anymore. People aren't going to tiptoe around. Whatever the reason is, uh, the low vibration energy just stopped it. It says, I don't want to do it anymore. I go, it's working. You're feeling better. I don't care. What do you mean you don't care? I don't care. I just don't want to do it anymore. But you have to tell me why. I just don't want to do it. Okay. So I helped her for a little bit, and then she went back down, and then she passed away. She passed away young too. So this is the message of what energy awareness is. It's the awareness that
Mm.
life wasn't done for you. It wasn't done to you. It was done for you. And that as soon as we get the message of what it's trying to bring us, we can heal, we can transform, we can let go, we can release all of that baggage and just connect that, like a rail car, just going, okay, done with that, and move on. And then what we start to see is all of the limitations that we currently experiencing start to lift. This desperate situation and this desperate situation, and they start to lift. I watch. That's why I love this work. I see it lift. Oh, what was a desperate situation? It's no longer desperate. What was an unmovable situation? It's no longer unmovable. And that's the road that we're on. That's the road that we do. And this is why the concept of releasing, processing, and cleaning is so important, because this is a dirty world we're in. Every day we go out, we get dirty. We got to come home and take a shower. That's the way our bodies work. That's the way the world works here. Beautiful, it's beautiful scenery, but we get dirty. We got to keep cleaning ourselves. Well, not just our bodies, our souls or our energy fields get dirty too. And they have to be clean. And to the degree that we're clean and we're healthy and we're in high vibration energy is the degree that we have control of our lives, and we feel in control, and we feel connected to a higher power. So the good news is, anybody who's feeling stuck or limited or still a victim by your tormentor, this is what this work is all about. It's being able to emancipate you to your full potential self. So if stuff's not working, it's there for a reason. Or you feel tied up, or you feel victimized or whatever. Congratulations. It's happening for you. And that's the twist. That's the twist when we talk about the implicate order. It's a term coined by David Bohm, one of our contemporary quantum physicists in the 20th century. He passed, but his partner's still alive, I think. Um, at any rate, he talks about the implicate order, which means things are always moving. Things are always moving. And there's the universe or the world will always try to go, okay, here's another opportunity for you to clean this up. Here's another opportunity for you to move forward. Try this one. Try that way. Try this. Because it's like an escalator, man. It keeps moving. That's why we go through what we go through. And if we don't learn our lessons, we got to learn them again. So, and that's quite common. That's quite common in our lives. We have a situation that's unpleasant, causes a lot of pain, and then we recreate it with somebody else in a different form, in a different body, at a different time. Why? Because the energy is still operating. The energy field that you're in, the unhealed, the wounds are still operating. What's the solution? Heal the wounds, release the low vibration energies, move from being reactive and a victim into being proactive and deciding your own future. Because ultimately, the most successful people after what's what they do. They decide, I want this in my life. I want that in my life. This condition is no longer acceptable. This feeling is no longer acceptable, and we move forward. And I'm proud to say that the people who participate in this work experience that over and over again. So this is what I wanted to address today about the awakening process, the born again. The born again thing is done in a religious context, but it means basically the same thing, that you were here and now you're here, and you are of one consciousness, of one mind, and now that mind's been open, and new opportunities, new possibilities are opening up because of this new awareness.